Hello, welcome to ELK News, where we report current national news.
I'm Erin Sheffer.
And I'm Courtney Varco.
A century ago, people had trouble finding jobs due to a hurriedly growing economy, but now CEOs have been ambitious to increase their own wealth, and a huge gap between the wealthy and poor has been worsened.
As a result, the angry workers have risen against monopolies who use cheap labor, especially women and children, in order to compensate for their gains. Workers are gathering to fight for their rights in working environments. Notably, Knights of Labor in 1869, which included women, was formed with a new cooperative wage system. Unfortunately, the failure of strikes led to ending of the organization.
After the Panic of 1873, another union called the National Labor Union, led by William H. Silvis, was formed. Even though there were lots of expectations from the union, it was disintegrated shortly after due to its ineffectiveness. With no great changes, workers are still fighting against the monopolies to earn their rights.
These unions' outrages have caused a severe inconvenience. Strikers have disrupted rail service from Baltimore to St. Louis. This issue has become the national labor conflict and deepened resentment among workers and worsened their reputation.
Since all of these unions have been assembled and disintegrated without much success, a new union called the American Federation of Labor has decided to exclude unskilled workers. Though reform is needed as a cause an ominous tension among workers in addition to the tension between employers and employees.
While many CEOs are troubled by outrageous union strikes, there are some CEOs with good intentions and respect towards workers.
One of the ethical CEOs is Henry Ford. He was born in 1863 and has become wealthy through the car industry. He has become admired for not only his achievements, but also respect for his workers. Reporter Lisa Lee is out in Detroit to meet him.
Hello, this is Lisa reporting from the Ford Company plant in Detroit to talk with the CEO, Henry Ford. Hello, Mr. Ford. It's nice to see you.
Nice to meet you. It's great to be on ELK News.
So you have become one of the most successful CEOs in the car industry. How were you able to achieve such success?
Well, I tried to think of new ways to increase the productivity of workers and of car production without prolonging workers' hours on the job. I then came up with an idea that I call the assembly line, which makes it possible to raise workers' wages while also reducing their working hours. This reduces the price of our Model T automobile.
Wow, what a brilliant idea and obviously very efficient. You're greatly admired for what you have done for your workers.
Well, I try to protect the rights of my workers so that they may earn enough money to support their families. I believe that no matter how wealthy or poor, workers are still humans, and all humans deserve to be treated fairly. I pay my workers $5 a day, which is twice the amount of what workers from other companies make.
$5 a day is a lot. You really do care about your workers. Is it also true that you pay your African American workers the same amount you pay for your other workers?
Yes, absolutely. I don't believe in discrimination. Whether a person is black or white, they will be paid $5 a day. So I will always provide a good paying job for African Americans, immigrants, and anyone else.
If other company owners were as fair as you, we might not have many union-driven strikes.
Yes, that's the reason I treat my workers with respect. I don't wish there to be any tension between the employees and the employer. Conflicts would just prevent the company from gaining success. The health of my workers is also very important. I've developed a system that provides medical services through a hospital, which I also founded.
I'm sure I can speak for everyone when I say I have the utmost respect for you, Mr. Ford. Hopefully your ways of treating your workers spreads to other company owners so we can decrease the number of strikes. Thank you very much for your time.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Like Henry Ford, not all CEOs have immoral intentions just to increase their wealth. Caring about workers and people who actually support industries is the key to success, and Henry Ford was able to do it. A politician who is a representative of Ohio was able to listen to people and work for them as well.
Representative William McKinley has become famous for proposing the highest protective measure of tariff to Congress during the 1888 election. He believed that the idea of tariff would be highly effective in increasing economic vitality and decreasing the conflicts of the past and current strikes.
The idea of success of McKinley's tariff not only resulted in a Republican win in the 1888 election, but now that it has passed, the country has seen an increase in purchases of domestic goods, and therefore an improved economy.
However, it remains to be seen how the Tariff Act will affect the national economy in the long term.
With hopes for peace for workers and growth in economy, we will end our news here. Thank you for watching our ELK News.